I can't believe we have 8 days left. It's all gonna be gone. It's all gonna be over. All the hype and excitement and all the leaks analysis, theorizing and all that good stuff. It's all gonna be gone. It's all gonna be over within 8 days. Anyways, today we're talking about the future of Naughty Dog and most specifically the future of The Last of Us. Now, IGN reporting, and I'm pretty sure you guys have read this news yesterday, but because I didn't cover it yesterday because I was busy with the podcast and the new gameplay. So I was like, you know what, let's delay it for today. And tomorrow it's going to be PlayStation 5 reveal event. Super excited for it. And the day after that, it's going to be Last of Us 2 reviews with spoilers. I am so into that. Also, new leaks just surfaced, like 4 of them. I will try to make time and talk about it before the reviews, but if I don't, we're just gonna mix those up with the reviews. Anyways, IGN reporting, Neil Druckmann undecided on whether his next game will be The Last of Us 3 or new IP. New IP is, of course, when it comes to creating a new franchise from the ground up. That's what new IP means. Anyways, they said that Naughty Dog Vice President Neil Druckmann hasn't yet decided if his next game will be The Last of Us Part 3 or a brand new IP. In a huge interview article with GQ, I read that it's massively long. Pause. Druckmann explains that so close to the release of The Last of Us Part 2, his thoughts have inevitably begun turning to the next project, and it is normal. Come on, y'all. As you start wrapping things up creatively, there are fewer and fewer responsibilities, and my mind can't help but think about the next thing. So yeah, the next thing could be a part 3, the next thing could be some new IP, which more on that in just a second. Druckmann gives no indication as to which he prefers, with GQ paraphrasing his mindset as ultimately best idea wins. If Naughty Dog did return for a third installment in its celebrated franchise, which is likely the case, it seems likely that it would revisit the same ruined American settings as the first 2 games rather than diverge too much. Discussing the planning stages for the second game, Druckmann explains that many people saw the ending of the first game as sacred and would have preferred for it not to be continued. I would actually disagree with that, but then actually no, that would be controversial again. People are always like, do another one but focus on all new characters, or like do it in like Europe or do it in Japan, do something really different. I don't know who said that, Neil Druckmann, but I would love to meet those people who said that. Druckmann describes that approach as the coward's way out. Ooh. As if to reinforce the idea that any Last of Us sequel will focus on the same kind of locations and characters, Druckmann adds that if you were to vitally change setting or protagonists, to me at that point, you might as well just do a new IP. Likely before that decision is finalized, Druckmann will begin working on the HBO TV adaptation of The Last of Us, the show which recently founded a new director in Chernobyl's Johan Rank. We talked about it yesterday. Will begin production of The Last of Us Part 2 is released. Druckmann, who is co-writing with Craig Mazin, also explained to GQ what the benefit of a TV version could be, saying it really lets us focus on the characters and the drama and shows you other aspects of those characters. Before we get to any of this, however, we have a small matter of The Last of Us Part 2 to play through. Small matter? Are you sure about that? The game finally arrives on June 19th. Now, of course, we know this game will be playable on PlayStation 5 on launch. June 12th. Tomorrow we have the spoilery reviews. Today or tonight we have the PlayStation 5 reveal event. IGN's ones is still going at the time of this recording, so I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm pretty sure no major announcement is going to come out from that because they're saving it for the PlayStation 5. It's going to be a huge thing. I don't know if they're going to show the console itself, but hey, we're talking about The Last of Us. Anyways, from someone who has seen all the leaks, someone who has seen with their own very eyes the gameplay leaks and read all the hypnosis and stories, which most of them were fake, I've already gave warning, yo, don't come at me. Since we don't know exactly what the ending will be, because there are many endings out there, and matter of fact, the full 35 hours gameplay was actually leaked online. It was posted on YouTube. Some people got the Google Drive link, some people downloaded and posted on Google Drive, so I'm trying to get the small pieces together to see if I can find all the pieces again, but if I don't, it will still drop with a few days prior to the actual release. It was supposed to happen, it was bound to happen. Whether the leaks were surfaced months ago or a week or 2 before the release, leaks will always come out regardless. It's just a matter of time. And this situation specifically, there was minor leaks before and now more giant leaks will come out. The leaks that have come out, they kind of put pieces in place of what happens before the main controversial leak, and what happens afterwards. And there are some still unanswered questions that will be answered on the release day. However, when it comes to the ending, nobody knows. Everyone is going theorizing out there. There are some good theories when it comes to the ending, but no one actually seen it ending with their own very eyes, so we can't say much. I will still keep an eye out on the leaked gameplay, that 35-hour. There was a reviewer who played the entire game, posted on YouTube because they don't care. And when it was asked if it was real or not, people actually are confirming that there are some clips to prove that it's actually real. Anyways, if the ending... Now we're gonna enter the spoiler territory, so for all the people who don't know the spoilers, now we're gonna talk about the spoilers, so... No gameplay Muso, by the way. We know that the ending must have something to do with Ellie hunting Abby after what Abby did to Joel. Now the new leaks, and we're gonna talk about the new leaks very soon, don't worry about it. Tommy goes after Abby himself. That is correct. We learned from one of the gameplay leaks, which I talked about, that shows specifically Ellie and Dina talking to Maria. Maria, basically Tommy's wife. She was mad at first, but Tommy told Maria in a letter that he is going after Abby and her group for what they did to Joel. And he was like, Ellie's gonna come after me. You better stop her. But Maria is Tommy's wife. Of course she's not gonna let her just sit there, and she allows both Dina and Ellie to leave. So that's one major part that we learned, that Tommy's going after Abby and the group himself. Now one more leak, I wasn't able to confirm it with gameplay, but this actually matches that. Tommy goes there, finds the group, but doesn't kill Abby. Now this aligns perfectly with one of the very weeks ago I posted a video where I talked about Tommy sparing Abby's life but killing everyone else. The new Hypnosis suggesting that Tommy kills Manny, the person who spat on Joel after he died by the hands of Abby through a golf club. Tommy, after killing that same specific person, he spat on him as well. Now, even though that sounds great, that second part might be fake, but the first part of Maria and Tommy going after Abby, that is actually correct. So if we're going through that by that story specifically, we can safely assume, and going by the trend of Joel and everyone else before him and after him, we can safely say that Tommy didn't make it. That's again a theory, we're not sure, but what is confirmed is that he still goes out there. And now Ellie and Dina is going after Tommy. This is post Joel's death, by the way. Now, if the ending has something to do with, because we know, and Naughty Dog kinda sorta spoiled it for the people about fireflies, because we could actually see a firefly logo in one of the images. If the ending has something to do with Ellie being alive and killing Abby, then it absolutely makes sense, because the entire game we may not see fireflies, and it makes so much sense for the third part to continue with what first part started, and that is finishing the Fireflies story. Why do you think people cheered so much when they first saw the Fireflies sign? They know Fireflies were the real plot of the first game. Fireflies drew them in. I thought personally that we're gonna explore more characters of the Fireflies in the second game, and the whole game of the second story of The Last of Us Part 2 is gonna be Joel trying to stop Ellie from going to Fireflies, but Ellie still being Ellie, going to Fireflies to find answers. In the midst of all of this, she meets these new people and they learn more, they teach her more, and she learns more, and in the midst of all of this, Joel dies honorable way, and then Ellie finally learns the hard truth. This is a bad story, but you get my point what I'm trying to say here, right? So if we're going through what we learned in the part 2, if there are barely a mention of Fireflies, or maybe at the end that it makes sense to talk about Fireflies, Ellie, and more in the part 3, and then it makes sense to continue that story. However, if we're going to diverse like Neil Druckmann said, then definitely it's gonna be a new IP. But my take on all of this is, why not both? Why not start working on part 3 with Ellie and the Fireflies and make a new IP as well? Or maybe even touch someone from back in the past, I don't know. But what I need before part 3 is a DLC for The Last of Us Part 2 to answer some more questions, because there's gonna be a lot of unanswerable questions, that's for sure. Either way, there are some amazing articles out there that interviews Neil Druckmann, and his side of things is crazy. His mindset behind writing these games, it's crazy. You need to learn more about this person specifically. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right here because it is crazy what's happening every single day. Last of Us is in the news, so Last of Us doing well in terms of marketing. They don't even need to do anything. The marketing is just doing its own thing, and I really hope that tomorrow we learn some other games such as the Life is Strange 3, maybe, I don't know, but hey, we'll see tomorrow what happens. Not tomorrow, tonight. Anyways, I will try to do a live stream for PlayStation 5. If not, I will still give my thoughts in the end. Anyways, I'll just leave this here. You guys do you.